I guess it had to be 1984 when the seed was first planted for Say Nicklaase. Our kids were little at the time, and they had these little cassette tape players, and they would listen to stories on them on cassette tapes, And I thought it would be fun to maybe write some little stories for them and record those, maybe with some songs and just something special that only they would have. And so I came up with a song, "Old Crustaceous Hornchin." Is a song about a bad guy. He would greet you warmly on the bridge, then jump you down the road. He was a foon blog and a yoke pop and a bunch of other silly names. And well, I never got around to writing the stories, which I regret. But that little song stuck with me for decades. And in 2010 or 11, I was writing a musical called Say Nicklaase, and I found the place to use that song. Say Nicklaase is a sort of a Santa Claus story, but more than that. Nicklaase and Mina Elif are their house parents at State Home for Children number 13 in Norpole Province. And they've got these 9 children that live in their home, and together they all do something very special. They make toys for all the children in all the other cottages at the State Home. They make toys for them for Christmas. And then this very rigid, very ambitious young headmaster shows up and takes over the administration of the school and the State Home, and he absolutely forbids the Elifs from making and distributing these toys anymore. And of course, chaos ensues. His name is Cornelius Houchin. Well, Nicklaase teaches the children this song in order to cope with the difficulty of Cornelius Houchin, and it's called "Old Crustaceous Hornchin," Cornelius Houchin. So the song finally comes to fruition after all those decades of waiting in the play, Say Nicklaase. And I just loved it. I loved it. We staged St. Nicklaase the first time in 2012, and since then have several times, and thousands of people have seen it now, and just love it, and I love it. It's just one of my very favorites of all of our productions. The actors just bring all of those people to life on the stage, and I'm so blessed to get to see that, and I love that people are so taken with the play and all the other songs along with "Old Crustaceous Hornchin." And it occurred to me that, so relatively few people ever get to see or experience that story. Now, I have this wonderful dream that one of these days someone will make it into a great Christmas movie that's shown every year, like so many of those are, but because I think it would make a great one. But until that happens, how do we manage to let other people experience this story if they don't happen to be nearby where somebody is producing it on a stage? So I took the play and adapted it into a little novella called "Say Nicklaase, A Great and Wonderful Christmas Story." And it's just a little story. It's not even 100 pages long, and I wanted to keep it short in order that parents or grandparents might read it to their kids or grandchildren during the Christmas season. And I'm not sure if that has happened or not, but I've had a lot of people tell me that they love the little book. And but I thought then this past year, in the event that there are people that really don't like the idea of reading out loud to their kids, well, I would make it into an audiobook. So I did that, and I narrated it, and I experienced something I didn't expect. I just loved it. It was so much fun to do. And it was interesting because, like I said, I get to see my plays produced on the stage all the time. And it's very gratifying to see that happen. But there was something about just telling the story directly to you, just talking right into your ear, as it were, in doing the audiobook, that just it just seemed like the most direct way to connect with someone that I'm telling the story to. So I hope you will try to find it. It's going to be available in all those places where you can find audiobooks, Audible and so forth, very soon. It's supposed to be available in time for the Christmas season this year. And I don't have a lot of control over that, but if you will look at Audible and Amazon.com, you should be able to find it. Say Nicklaase, A Great and Wonderful Christmas Story. Of course, it's available in print as well as ebook, but the audiobook should be out there in time to listen right at Christmas time. I'm excited about that. And I hope you will find it, and I hope you agree that Say Nicklaase is a great and wonderful Christmas story. Merry Christmas.